I think it's great when we come back. I think this team has a lot of personality about it, and we have a lot of confidence now. I mean, I think we're swinging the bats a lot better. Our pitching is lining up better, and so you don't feel as I guess that nervous energy when you fall behind anymore. So that's what a good month and a half will do for you. You get a couple of wins under your belt, and it feels pretty good about it.
McCullers was right around 90 pitches through 6. What was the process in making him go back after a 7th and kind of get that last inning going?
Yeah, I mean, he's at some point we got to take the reins off of him a little bit, and he was throwing the ball fine. Other than the first inning, he had to pitch through his natural traffic on the bases almost every inning. I think they only had 2 innings prior to the 9th. So I think 3 innings where they didn't have runners on base, and most of those were against Lance. So he was throwing the ball fine, and where they were in the lineup, I loved the matchup for him, and we have to understand it's a continual development curve for him still now. I think he's a year in finally, but he's got to keep working through these last few innings to alleviate having to use the bullpen, so much.
When we went out there in the 7th, did you talk to him, or did he say something to you?
I did all the talking until I asked him the question. I mean, I went out to make sure. The 4-pitch walk I don't love, and there's a difference between a fatigued walk versus just a misfire walk. And once he fell behind, he wasn't gonna give him anything to hit, and so I wanted to make sure he was under control, could get his last out, and I told him I expected the inning to end at this hitter, so he had a chance to finish his own inning. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but also check on his heart rate.
Had to be nice to see Carlos Gomez get a
Yeah, he did. It was nice to see him contribute. These guys put in so much work, and we live and die with them all the time, and it's hard when these guys go through these struggles, and so to see him get a little bit of a smile on his face on the field, he was running around everywhere. He did his patented run halfway down the line, down the right field line on his infield single. So I love the fact that he can get on our plane today and feel like he did something very positive for our team to help us win. And we need to get him going. We're going to still include Kemp and Marisnik and George. Obviously got the DH today, but a healthy and productive Carlos Gomez will go a long way for us.
What else can you say about Will Harris at this point?
Not a lot. He continues to come in any role and do his part. It's not as easy as he's making it look. But he has weapons against everybody, and when he's rested and gets strike one, the hitter's in deep trouble. And to watch him evolve from a maybe make our team, a couple spring trainings ago to pitching as high leverage innings as he can is tip of the cap to him.
Last 2 weeks, you guys have found different ways to win, from late game heroics to getting up ahead. Just talk about this stretch for you.
Yeah, we've been playing good baseball for a while now. I think it's not a surprise. We have a good team, and I think it's important for us to continue to fire on all cylinders. We're not perfect. We make our fair share of mistakes, and we have different ways and different strengths throughout the team. So it's not a surprise to me. I think it's more of we're playing our brand of baseball and we're getting rewarded for it with some wins. So I think it's important for us to continue to do that. We've got a long schedule ahead. We're not anywhere near where we're going to be, but we have a good team. We can play good baseball, and there's nothing we can't do on the field positively.
AJ, Gaddis continues to look more comfortable, and he's adding that punch in the middle of the lineup, taking the pressure off those guys. Talk about his confidence.
Yeah, no, it should be sky high at this point. I mean, he's doing everything, and to be honest with you, I'm more impressed with how he continued to handle McCullers today. He challenged him a couple times when I think he got crossed up and didn't love it. He continues to stay in the game. He is equally as into the game plan with the pitcher as he is to his own at-bats, and that may be lifting some of the burden and stress of his at-bats, which are making him more productive, but his presence on both sides of the ball is a big reason why the last 7 to 10 days have been pretty remarkable for us.
How much did you enjoy the manufacturing those last 3 runs, the last 2 innings?
Yeah, no, we need to do that to especially against good pitchers. We're not going to homer all the time, and I like the fact that dated back to even last night when we had a tie game in extra innings and we end up a double and a single, we win. So we have good hitters. We don't often do it all the time because of the that enticing home run or the extra base hit or some of the big swings we have. But every time we play a team, somebody on the other side comes to me and says how dangerous our lineup is, and they know it every time it rolls around. And now we're getting more production at the bottom. Today with Gomez, Valbuena got on base a couple times. Kemp and Marisnik down at the bottom have been doing a few things. So again, we have a good team, and when good teams do things like this.
Giles throwing 2 innings yesterday. Was Gregerson an option today, or was Harris the option?
No, I told Luke before the game that he wasn't going to close today. Whether he was available, he felt fine coming out of yesterday, but I wanted to give him a mental and physical break from the role. I'm not going to name a closer. Luke's going to get his fair share of options. Obviously, Will was a closer today. Giles will get a look. Feliz may get a look whenever we need it. But for the time being, I'm gonna ease that burden off of Luke, given that he's had a little bit of a rough couple weeks. We need to get him right because our best bullpen has a variety of roles these guys can pitch in. But going into the game, it lined up exactly how we played it.